BMW XM review. What is it? The most expensive BMW money can buy, the most powerful M car ever made, and only the second ever M-only model, after the M1 supercar of the 1970s. As you can see, however, this is no supercar. It's an enormous SUV, as BMW seeks to splice the success of its best-selling X cars with M-division power like never before. Sounds a bit like those diet plans which claim you can eat all the cake and chips you want and still end up shredded enough to turn in an Oscar-winning performance as a comic book superhero. In fairness, BMW has pulled off the have your tall, compromised SUV cake and eat it trick before, with the original X5 and then the X6. Those cars uprooted the goalposts for what was expected of how a big, heavy, high-riding car handled, and didn't do BMW's bottom line any harm either. Which is why there's now a baiju X1, an enormous X7, and every number in between is covered. There's even an electric-only crossover, the Nair. So why isn't the XM called, say, the X8? BMW's engineers say it's because simply giving it the next number up underplays how much oomph and extravagance the XM offers, and calling it the X93 for 21 would have looked a bit messy. This is also the car that moves the M division into the plug-in hybrid universe, set to expand rapidly in the next model cycle as the M5 and replacements for the X5M and X6M morph into petrol-electric mutants with dizzying power outputs. How powerful is the XM? If you're buying a car that declares "get out of my way" quite as threateningly as the XM, you'd expect a big lump of power. And you get it. Lurking behind those enormous LED-illuminated nostrils is MS twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8, developing 482 brake horsepower. It's boosted by a gearbox-nestled electric motor, for a total of 644 brake horsepower and 590 pounds-foot. That's sufficient to punt your 2,710 kilograms declaration of deep personal insecurity from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds and keep on galloping all the way to 174 miles per hour. It's improbable you'd need a faster super SUV, but BMW's built one anyway. Just in case. Not an XM competition, but an XM labeled red. It develops 745 horsepower. Why does the XM look so aggressive? Because the biggest market for this car will be the USA, followed by China. Catch a news bulletin lately and you'd imagine those nations have little to nothing in common, opinion-wise. But they do at least agree on 4x4 design, no grille is too engorged, no bodywork too muscle-bound, no alloy wheel too vast. BMW insists the XM has a coupish roofline and doffs its cap to the M1 with the twin roundel badges etched into the rear window, but that's like claiming the Burj Khalifa pays homage to the pyramids of Egypt because they are both pointy at the top. This is very possibly the most obnoxious looking car ever devised, and while you could call that brave or daring, there's no getting away from the fact that the XM invites people to judge you. It dares anyone who claps eyes on it to respond with hate.